and it's everything that they wanted the George Floyd situation to be. And the icing on the cake, the guy claims racism at the end. Oh yeah, it's because of racism. It's like so.
How was the George Floyd situation not the George Floyd situation? And how was this situation the actual George Floyd situation? Please, Leaflet. Please elaborate. I would love to hear. Because the guy said, I can't breathe. That's the same thing. So anytime somebody is dying and they say, I can't breathe, that's just like George Floyd. Is that what you're saying? Is that how it works? Or do police have to be present? If police are present and someone is dying and they say, I can't breathe, is that just like George Floyd? Is that what George Floyd is? Is that what happened, Leaflet? Really?
Like what you would expect.
Really, man?
Almost unbelievable.
For the truth.
Unbelievable. Wow, wow. Alright. Welcome back to J-Star. I'm J-Star. This is J-Star. Today, we're watching Leaflet.
Here we go. By Asmongold. Asmongold the goat.
Okay, we're watching Leaflet, watching Asmongold.
Let me let everybody know what's going on. Henry Nowak was stabbed by a Sikh immigrant in Great Britain. They're able to carry their ceremonial dagger. The police were called. The police ignored Henry, arrested Henry because the Sikh guy.
Hold on, wait. So like, could we like technically make a religion? Like again, the American Protestant cowboys. Could we make like that religion? And you're like required in the religion to carry a 6-shooter? Or actually, let's just go all in. Like why not? Like you're legally required to carry an AR-15 with a full 30-round mag, fully automatic.
Sikh guy said that Henry was being racist after the Sikh stabbed him. Sikh guy said that Henry was being racist after the Sikh stabbed him.
Wait. So the same person that runs this channel also runs the Leaflet Clips channel. Interesting.
The other guy out to have him pick out dinner.
Who does she pay to do this?
Just came out.
He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep us set up. Right. I don't want him. He was on the bin on the other side of the seat. He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that. And he's up here. He's obviously fallen from there and slipped from there. His other shoes left over there.
That's Henry.
What's your name, mate?
Right?
Has anyone been hurt other than him? Yeah, he's grabbed my brother. He's took my turban off, started grabbing my head. Are you injured? Yeah, I've got swollen eye, little bruises. Right, step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down. Don't get stabbed. Right, let's get you out of there, shall we?
Since I've been stabbed.
I was about to sleep.
Twice.
Grab his other arm.
Thank you, Asmon, for the giga censoring.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? I don't think you have, mate.
It's real.
They freaking handcuffed him after he said he got stabbed.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate. Sandy's been stabbed, so just check him.
Why would the knife do this?
In the face. That's true. Why would the knife do this? That's right.
Keep you on your side, mate.
Why wouldn't they call me
At the moment, you are under arrest. That's for assault.
Yeah, it's fucking awful, man.
You're not making main question. So crucial later on in court. Anything you do say, maybe given evidence, alright? You'll be sick, I think.
Wait, does that mean that white people can say I can't breathe now? I think we have a better case for it, personally. I had to say, right?
Bonding.
Yeah, man. Anyway. You know what would have really helped this situation? Is if the perpetrator of this crime had a gun instead of a knife. Yeah, this would have turned out way better in America, yeah. Leaflet is so right, bro. She's so right. This would have been much better if guns were involved, I'm telling you.
Or not the police, the EMS.
These people don't even reacting.
Henry Novak's father directly calls out disgusting behavior of the police.
With his final words, he told officers that he could not breathe. He told them he had been stabbed. In fact, Henry told officers that he could not breathe 9 times. He told them he had been stabbed 4 times. The response from one officer was, I don't think you have, mate. The police have said they were misled by the murderer and that the scene when they arrived was complex. Unfortunately, it's...
What do you think the odds that these cops are going to jail? What do you think the odds that they're going to go to jail like the other guy?
Seems to us the truth is much simpler. The police were told by our son himself and by a member of the public who called 999 that they...
Wait, so the guy that murdered him lied to the cops, and they were just like, "Oh, okay, all right, yeah."
They had been stabbed, but
It makes sense now. They got scared because they called 999. That's why they don't like Nazis, and you know what I mean. Like they call everyone Nazis over there.
police did not believe them. Henry was pulled across the gravel, his hands forced behind his back, and he was placed in handcuffs.
This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Like, and you're telling me there's no media coverage of this, and then you're telling me I had to sit through like years and years of the like I can't breathe, hands up, don't shoot. You're telling me I had to go through years of this, and then like there's not even any coverage of it. Like there's what the hell, man?
Henry for assault and read him his rights.
Okay, but the difference between that and this is that in that situation, a cop just straight up murdered an innocent person. Okay, he had a $20, he had a fake $20 bill. Okay, whatever. Like he had a fake $20 bill or like he had Fent or whatever. Who cares? Okay, he murdered him for no reason. No valid reason. Okay, obviously. Anybody that watches the video will come to the same conclusion. There was no reason to murder him, right? It was not a justified killing in any way. It was just murder. Okay, that's it. But in this situation, the cops were just stupid. Okay, as per usual. And look, cops are stupid all the time, and it gets people killed. Okay, all the time, routinely. This is routine for cops, okay? Cops usually, and this may sound funny to a lot of you know, woke-tards and leftists, okay? And I understand why, okay? But cops usually don't murder people. They do murder people all the time, but like that's not quite as routine as like the incompetence allowing people to die. Okay, and there's like a difference, you see? So this situation is just a lot more common. You know, and like the murdering thing, that's weird. And the thing about George Floyd is like it was on camera, right? The entire interaction was filmed at multiple camera angles. And the guy just clearly murdered him. Okay, that's it. There's no other like reading of that situation. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Let's keep going.
His murder, however, was afforded decency. He was believed. He was not handcuffed when arrested. He was not handcuffed when transported to the police station. As far as we understand, he was never handcuffed at all. Police even took him to the kitchen so he could choose.
Okay, well, he lied to the cops, and the cops were stupid. And they believed him. Okay, whatever. By the way, I still don't know the context. I'm not saying that the guy, like, deserved to get stabbed or anything like that. But, like, we don't know. I don't even know. Okay, the cops certainly didn't know. And cops are fucking dumb, okay? They're the dumbest of the dumb. In pretty much every country. Okay, but especially in the West. Especially. Okay, cops are just, like, literally in America. And I know this is the UK, okay, but literally, in America, you can't be a cop if you're too smart. They won't let you be a cop.
Food. Man, the contrast is unbearable.
And keep in mind, like, this is after the family was screaming and shouting in the courtroom that the judge was racist for putting the person in jail. His mom literally hit the knife. Yeah. Digwa's mother allegedly filmed removing the knife from the scene and taking it to the family home. Lindsay Hoyle has intervened to force the government to issue a statement on the Henry Nowak case. Keir Starmer has issued a statement on Henry Nowak. This is an awful, shocking case. Henry's loved ones have gone through the trauma of a long trial and endured Henry's killer making up and appalling claims about their son.
You think he cried? You think Starmer cried like he did for Floyd?
Who was a thoughtful, kind, deeply loved. And we must end the cycle of tragedy by tackling the horror of knife crime. It's not knife crime. It's the people that are using it. There's a group of people that are doing the knife crime. And also, look at this here. Nobody did any stories on this guy. That's crazy.
Isn't like George Floyd, bro.
And I think they're beginning to. I think we're going to have a very big change of heart. This is why I talk
fucking
about it, because
stupid.
I know that eventually more and more people are going to see this, and then things will change.
Is this one right here? Life sentence?
Judge William Mousley Casey says Henry Nowak was defenseless during the attack. He says Vikram Digva told attending police that he had a small bruise and swelling on his eye. Mousley adds Digva filmed Henry desperately trying to get away. Isn't that disgusting that that's the case? You have the humiliation along with the injustice of this. He filmed Henry trying, this poor sweet boy with a loving family. He filmed it? What kind of sick, twisted pleasure was he going to get from that? This little thought that he was going to get up. He thought he was going to walk. He thought he was going to walk from this. Mousley has Digva filmed Henry desperately trying to get away. You continue to make films of Henry suffering, ignoring much of his desperation, and having been stabbed, the judge says. Your actions stirred up racial tension. You have brought shame upon your family. Whoa! You have brought shame upon your family and your religion,
Shit.
the judge tells Vikram Digva. Oh, okay, this judge is a little cooler than I
Yeah, what
actually
the
thought.
hell?
Look at this. You have brought shame upon your family. Shame on you.
finally.
Shame on your family. Shame on your cow. The judge tells Vikram Digva, your actions have stirred up racial tension in Southampton and across the country, which have made many Sikhs worried about their safety. Like,
They say you need to only call the cops that you don't need a gun, but then you have this happen. Yep, exactly.
give a f. Does this look like the face of a goth who cares?
That's the last thing you want. That's the last thing you want is the government coming to help you.
It's not. You bear some responsibility for the offense committed by your mother. When you asked her to take the murder weapon away from you, your mother has remained in custody for the past 7 months. You guys need to
Yeah,
remember
we know you don't care about the safety of minorities, man. We know. Obviously. I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard this person say anything, like, extremely racist, but, like, I'm sure he has, okay? Yeah, like, come on. Come on, bro. I think it's safe to assume that the conservative goth has probably said some racist shit.
This all happened back in December. Yeah, you have to remember that
Jeez.
this all took place in December last year. Okay, so these people have been held since. So people are just like, well, if it's 20 years and 190 days, how is that 21 years? It's because they've already been in custody for the last 7 months. And here it is. Vikram Digva jailed for life with minimum term of 21 years. Minimum term. Judge William Mousley Casey hands down the sentence for Vikram Digva. As a reminder, Digva was found guilty of the murder of Henry Nowak. This took 7 months, but hey, we got there in the end. And carrying a bladed article in a public place. Mousley says there were several aggravating factors to increase the starting point of the term, including Digva's attempts to lie to police and cover up his actions and the significant community impact of the crime. Those factors, the judge says, increase the minimum term to 23 years. This was reduced to 21 years thanks to mitigating factors including Digva's age, 3, and a previous good record. Shouting in court after sentence is handed down. After the sentencing and after Vikram Digva is let out of the dock.
Wait, hold on. How do you get jailed for life with a minimum? So what? Like he can get out? You can get out of life sentence?
Between family and friends of Digva and his victim Henry Novak.
I think that it's just different over there. The life sentence is different. In America, it's like typically, I think it varies from state to state, but it's usually 40 years.
Guards intervening. Eat shit, eat shit, eat shit. 21 years. I'm so sick of seeing tiny brown fists gripping sharp objects. I'm honestly sick of looking at it. Unbelievable. Yeah, we killed your kid, but we're mad that we're facing consequences for it. Makes you sick. No sentence will bring Henry back. Henry Novak's family are giving a statement on the steps of Southampton Crown Court. Mark Novak, Henry's father, is joined by his daughter and Lucy Ross, Henry's mother. They say no verdict or sentence will ever bring Henry back into their lives. Turning to the night of the murder, Mark says his son told police that he could not breathe 9 times and that he'd been stabbed 4 times, only to be met with disbelief from one officer. Instead of being treated as a dying victim.
Hold on. You're telling me that this guy said that he got stabbed and officers were like, yeah, bullshit. They didn't even look. I mean, they could easily tell because there would be fucking blood. Like,
dude, cops in America literally watched you die, and they like know you're like, you know, seemingly from the video it was dark, right? The kid was, maybe they couldn't see the blood. Okay, I don't know. Cops are fucking stupid, man. But I have literally heard and there was a case about this. It's actually what set the precedence in America for cops not having to protect you from like an assault or a battery, right? Or assault with a deadly weapon. Like cops don't have to protect you because there was a case where cops on a subway station watched several people get stabbed, and by a crazy person, okay, and while they were all dying and bleeding out, they just watched. They didn't stop the guy with the knife, okay, and they watched as he stabbed one person, and then he went and stabbed another, and then another person, and the cops were just like, what are we supposed to do? we're just police officers. What with guns? What are we supposed to do? Okay, and that's what happened. Okay, and the judge ruled, right? The court ruled that they were within their rights. The cops' responsibility, and you know, technically they're right. You know, the court is correct. Like a cop doesn't have any responsibility to protect you. No matter what the slogan says, okay? Their job is to enforce the law. That's their job, and that does not include protecting you. All right, that is not the law. So there you go. But anyway, I forgot. I had a point to all of that, but I forgot what it was.
Formally arrested Henry for assault, read him his rights. That was the last thing he could do.
So ridiculous.
Silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law, that kind of shit. He says, let us be clear.
Why, guys, why do white people hate white people so much? Like, what is it? No, I saw it, but like, I'm saying, like, I'm just in disbelief that that's what happened.
Responsible for the
even though, like, I know it happened. It's so weird.
Southampton in police custody. The way he was inhumane and degrading. His murderer, however, was afforded decency. He was believed. He was not handcuffed. The contrast is unbearable, and that's why this sentence.
I hate whitey.
Contrast that exists. Vikram Digva.
I fucking hate crackers, man.
There's an entire system, an entire culture, an entire race standing behind Vikram Digva, isn't there? They may not want to make this something bigger than what it currently is. I will! Because Vikram Digva is not an isolated incident, it is not a coincidence, it is not a freak accident, it is a perfectly predictable scenario based on the circumstances that allows someone called Vikram Digva to live.
Okay, yeah. This is just what they do, alright? White people never do violence, ever. Only brown people do the violence. Don't you know, libtard?
Okay,
don't you know?
Call on Home Secretary to ensure full
man.
and transparent police investigation. Okay, so we're getting into
all right, so I didn't even have to wait. You know, here he is saying racist shit. Wow, let's go.
As a reminder, the police watchdog, the Independent Office for Police Conduct, has launched an investigation into the police response to Henry's murder, the IOPC. The 18-year-old was initially treated as a suspect by police despite suffering 5 stab wounds and was handcuffed after Vikram Digva claimed he had been racially abused. Calling for a transparent process, Mark Novak, Henry's father, says his family should not have to fight.
This is like, dude, this is awful, but I can't help but laugh at the situation. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's like he stabbed the fuck out of this person. The person, like, think about what happened, right? What happened is so funny, but in like a dark way. He gets stabbed, and then he's like, I'm bleeding out, I can't breathe. They handcuff that guy, and then they ask the other guy, and he goes, yeah, he was like being racist to me. It's like the most most fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, it's everything, dude. This almost looks like a psyop. Like, I'm just being real. Like, this, it's like too perfect. You know what I mean? Like, it's too perfect to like what everybody believes, right? It's like it's everything that happened. It's everything that happened in like the BLM thing, but actually, do you see what I mean? Because like the whole that whole thing was all bullshit, obviously, right? But then you look at this specific scenario, and it's everything that they wanted the George Floyd situation to be. And the icing on the cake, the guy claims racism at the end. Oh yeah, it's because of racism. It's like so ridiculously like what you would expect that it's almost unbelievable.
For the truth. While we await its final report, we are calling on the Home Secretary to ensure that the IOPC has the resources, authority, and independence it needs to conduct a full, fearless, and transparent investigation. Treat knife crime like the national emergency it is.
Wait, hold on. I didn't listen to any of that. My bad.
Too perfect, like what everything. And he goes, yeah, he's the person. Like, think about what happened, right? What happened is so funny, but in like a dark way. He gets stabbed. And then he's like, I'm bleeding out. I can't breathe. They handcuff that guy, and then they ask the other guy, and he goes, yeah, he was like being racist to me. It's like the most fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like it's everything, dude. This almost looks like a psyop. Like, I'm just being real. Like, this, it's like too perfect. You know what I mean? Like, it's too perfect to like what everybody believes, right? It's like it's everything that happened. It's everything that happened in like the BLM thing, but actually, do you see what I mean? Because like the whole that whole thing was all bullshit, obviously, right? But then you look at this specific scenario, and it's everything that they wanted the.
Yeah, man. Black people are not brutalized by police in America. Don't you know?
George Floyd situation to be. And the icing on the cake, the guy claims racism at the end. Oh yeah, it's because of racism. It's like so.
How was the George Floyd situation not the George Floyd situation? And how was this situation the actual George Floyd situation? Please, Leaflet. Please elaborate. I would love to hear. Because the guy said, I can't breathe. That's the same thing. So anytime somebody is dying and they say, I can't breathe, that's just like George Floyd. Is that what you're saying? Is that how it works? Or do police have to be present? If police are present and someone is dying and they say, I can't breathe, is that just like George Floyd? Is that what George Floyd is? Is that what happened, Leaflet? Really?
Like what you would expect.
Really, man?
Almost unbelievable.
For the truth.
Unbelievable.
Home Secretary to ensure that the IOPC
Wow,
has the
wow.
resources, authority, and independence it needs to
Yeah,
conduct a
man.
full, fearless, and transparent investigation. Treat knife crime like the national emergency it is. Family urges government. Continuing his statement outside court, Mark Novak says he does not want his son's murder to be used to create further division, hatred, or tension. I disagree. I disagree with this entirely. Because we don't have division, a was close enough with the intent to kill your son. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. This should spur on exactly what Restore represents. Less digvas. Do you think under an immigration policy...
Yeah, we should create further division and hatred and tension.
Installed by Restore Britain would allow the immigration of Digva's family in the first place? No, they wouldn't. We want his story to make our streets safer for everyone. Well, do you know what? Without even knowing it, you said the most correct thing so far. Because it will. We will never forget Henry. Nationalists, F-nets, Ethno-nationalists will never forget Henry Novak. Family is scared, which is the problem. John B. Gray, you might just be right there, buddy. Maybe this is mitigating language to make sure they're not targeted by the Sikh community. They may very well be targeted anyway. That is why we're calling the government to treat knife crime as the national emergency that it is. We need real solutions. We need investment in prevention. We need stronger action.
Those damn knives, like walking up and lying about lying about discrimination against knives, and like them just jumping up and stabbing people in the neck. Yeah, it's awful, man. Fucking knives.
Sale, the ownership, and the carrying of all knives. That would be it's them carrying them.
Straw man.
We already have strong
fully semi-cheese knives, exactly.
We already do have that. We do have this already. We have this already. The reason why Digva had one is because of his religion, which bypasses all of this. Okay, so yes, we already do have strong legislation and policies surrounding knife ownership and knife crime here in the UK. Problem is that the Sikh was allowed to carry one exempt from these laws because of his religious freedom, a religion that should not be in the UK. Say less. Know what I'm saying? Read between the lines. Sikh Federation attacks CPS for massive blunder during trial. The Sikh Federation has criticized the Crown Prosecution Service for making a massive blunder. What blunder is that?
The thing that they don't understand is like this actually is going to have a huge impact. I think it will. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the impact that this is going to have is going to be really massive, and you're going to have a lot of people being really pissed off. Like people finally fed up with all of this, and they're going to go all the way basically at this point. Like you already see the sentiment. I mean, I saw a sentiment in chat just earlier. People saying like you know, send everyone back and stuff like that. You're going to have stuff like that happen because of this, and this all of this anti-racism, all of this quote unquote anti-racism, and the anti-accountability, the anti-checking for culture. All of these things are going to come together, and they're going to cause a flashpoint. And the thing is too is it doesn't even really have to do with what happens in this specific scenario doesn't even matter. So you could say, right, I don't know these people, so I don't know the the Digvas or whatever. I don't know them, but it's totally possible. I don't know. It's totally possible that they are the type of people that would have passed through a cultural check, that they actually would culturally assimilate. Sure, you have their religion or whatever, right? But you could say that maybe they would culturally assimilate in other ways, and that they would normally be law-abiding citizens. A family member made a mistake, and you know, all there are people of all races that commit mistakes. You're gonna have, despite crime rates, you'll have certain white people do it, you'll have certain Asian people do it, certain you know, other races. I mentioned Asians because just relatively low crime rates, right? It's possible that those people would commit a crime, right? But here's the problem. Even with that said, if all of the points align and that they actually were good candidates for immigration, it doesn't even fucking matter. And the reason why is because the government in both the UK, Europe, all throughout Europe, the government in the United States, in Western places, have fucked around so much with not caring about who enters the country, about letting in refugees, that it doesn't even matter. Because this exact case is going to still ignite the flashpoint and still create it. People don't give a shit about whether or not they actually are a cultural fit. No one cares anymore. And this is a situation that they've created by not checking. So what you're going to see...
Man, they never cared in the first place. Racist people don't give a fuck. If brown people assimilate, they're racist. I'm not gonna deny what she is really saying here, which is something like this can create a national mandate, right? This is a Reichstag fire moment, you know, it is. And I'm not saying it's gonna turn out like that. I hope it doesn't. You know, it probably won't. Probably. But anyway, one thing's for sure, something like this will generate a lot of animosity, right? Because it creates a certain amount of permissibility. Okay, just like how after 9/11, you know, in America, we all remember, there's a ton of anti-Muslim Islamophobia, okay, hatred towards Muslim people, and really just brown people in general that weren't even Muslim. Okay, the first death from Islamophobic hate crime in America was a Sikh man in Texas. Anyway.
You know, is you're gonna see, if you know what, you wanted racism, you're gonna fucking get it. You're gonna get exactly what you signed up for. All of that thing that you said, oh my god, there's so much racism, we need to like ignore all the things that happened with these, we can't talk about those people committing crimes, we can't do that because it's racist. Well, you're about to get real fucking racism. That's what's about to happen. I don't want it. Listen, I don't want it. I'm not advocating for it, but it's about to happen. It's about to happen, and to be honest, it's fucking deserved.
During the trial of Vikram Digvay,
Where's the lie?
I should have made clear.
What? It's deserved. I'm not advocating for it. It's deserved. How the fuck does that make any sense, man? What?
Because it's racist.
Okay, like, you know, first of all, anytime you say, like, oh, racism is gonna happen, it's inevitable, because of you, because of what you're doing, you know, oh, but I'm not advocating for it. Like, yeah, obviously you're fucking advocating for it. But then, right after that, you said it's justified anyway, so how is that not just clear advocation?
I don't want it. Listen, I don't want it. I'm not advocating for it, but it's about to happen. It's about to happen. To be honest, it's fucking deserved.
During the
those people committing crimes, you can't do that because
like, you can't make this shit up, man.
That's what's about to happen. I don't want it. Listen, I don't want it. I'm not advocating for it, but it's about to happen. It's about to happen, and to be honest, it's fucking deserved.
During the trial of Vikram Digvay,
Where's the lie?
I should have made clear that the weapon used by Digvay during the murder was not a Kurpan, as it had been described throughout the trial. In the UK, carrying a Kurpan is legal, provided it is for religious reasons.
Yeah, exactly what Super Saiyan Vegeta
Where's the lie?
And how long have I been saying this, chat? I've been saying this for fucking years. What's gonna happen is there's gonna be so much tyranny and so much bullshit that a new Hitler's gonna come. He's gonna say, by the way, guys, I can fix this. By the way, yeah, fix. I can just elect me, and I got this. You know, throwing up a couple Romans. Yeah, I got this. It's just, you know, I'm the second coming, and people will vote for that guy because people will be sick and tired of seeing their loved ones die, of seeing their cities being their cities turn to shit, of not being able to use a subway without being worried that they're gonna get stabbed. I mean, look at the chat right there. What does that say? What does that say? Enough is fucking enough. And I have been saying this for so fucking long because I want people to wake up. But you know, they don't fucking listen to me anyway. They don't listen to me. And they just call me racist. They just call me racist. Oh, you're fucking racist.
No,
don't say that, aren't you?
no, man. We listen to you. Don't worry. We're listening. Yeah. Oh, they don't listen to me. They just call me racist. No, man. We call you racist because we're listening to you.